When I arrived in Plymouth, I had a substance misuse problem, no confidence, very broken, very isolated really from society for quite a number of years. I came here with my youngest child, that was 3 at the time. I had 2 more children with family members, they weren't in my care. I needed to address a lot of issues and this was like a last chance place for me.
Trevi is a women's charity based here in Plymouth, Devon. We're the only place in the UK that works solely with mothers recovering from drug and alcohol addiction who are able to bring their children with them.
When you're dealing with somebody who's in addiction, or they want to get out of addiction and into meaningful recovery, they're often faced with real barriers to that. In the case of a mother and a child, disclosure that you are even in addiction whilst you're looking after someone of itself is quite difficult. What Trevi does is it transcends just offering empathy and compassion. It offers pragmatic guidance and support that helps mother and child stay together.
Women that end up with drug and alcohol problems, often when you look beneath the surface, you will find trauma, abuse, violence, sexual violence. Over 85% do report a childhood trauma. Over 70% have experienced domestic violence, 75% have experienced sexual violence, and over half of them have had at least one child removed from their care. The estimated cost of a child going into care is £50,000. We are working to break that cycle of repeat removals and aiming to break that intergenerational cycle of addiction, trauma and abuse. Our flagship service, which is our mother and child residential rehab, it's a strict focused treatment plan, one-to-one counselling, group work programme looking at relationships, parenting, addiction, but the whole time they can be safe in the knowledge their children are being looked after by our specialist nursery team. We work with women from throughout the whole of the UK. So our Sunflower Women's Centre is based here in Plymouth and we will support any woman in recovery.
I came out of a domestic abuse marriage of 22 years. Seeing other women in the same situation as what I'd been in, I felt that I wasn't going through it on my own.
We have classes in English, maths, we've got exercise, self-esteem, employment advice, money advice. We have sexual health worker in our Women's Centre on a weekly basis.
Not only do they want to deliver a good service here and turn those women's lives around, they're trying to influence national policy, regional and local policy, they're trying to influence prisons policies, they're trying to make a big difference in society so that women can be helped in other settings too.
Our criminal justice outreach programme has been working really effectively with women involved in the criminal justice system, and we have probation co-located in the Women's Centre. Daffodil is our newly opened national residential family centre where local authorities can refer in if they've got concerns. We're able to live alongside the family and assess all sorts of different areas of the parenting to then make recommendations to the court about where that child should live longer term.
When you see a woman ready to leave and she's excited and she's got all her stuff packed and she's ready for the next chapter of her life, that for me, it lights me up. It really does light me up. Life begins at Trevi.